All right, guys. Hey, what's up? So I did a video the other day. It was a rant video about this particular item because it was supposed to be shipped to me here in New York, and it ended up going from Illinois all the way up to New York. It was in actually within a few miles from my house. And then suddenly the tracking went AWOL. So it ended up from there, from New York, a few, excuse me, I still have laryngitis, a few miles from my house, all the way to South Carolina. And I was like, oh my God, they lost my package. And then it just arrived. Okay, so sometimes you get yourself in a frenzy and then it turns out to be all right. But is it all right? It's to make sure this item did not arrive broken. So now we have another hurdle to go over. And wow, this person used a lot of tape. Now, I was assuming the seller really didn't have much of a description. The pictures, only two pictures. Very hard to tell from two pictures what you have. I took a chance on it for $29.99. And I'm hoping it's something that I want it to be. And you can't always make things that you want to be the things you want. And so sometimes there's no sugar coating it. So sometimes, excuse me, you make a little bit of a, what's the word? A little bit of a gamble. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. So you gamble a little, hoping that it could be something. And if it isn't, you try not to get too upset over it. All right, so let's check this out. It's fragile, so let's hope that this Walmart bag, or whatever bag it is helpful in the padding of this item. It's very small. Oh, it's blows. Okay, it's wrapped in a blows bag. Let's hope this item doesn't blow, if you know what I mean. And it's very tiny, so I'm not expecting something huge and flashy. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, this is coming off. Oh, that's not good. All right, hold on. Already this piece is coming off. And that is not cool. I don't know what happened here. This is supposed to be tacked down to here. Hold on. I might be able to do it with a tiny bit of glue, but let's look this item over. Okay, I want to know if this is crystal. I was hoping it's not just like molded glass. So we're going to look at the clues here. Oh, okay. I don't see any mold lines. That's a good thing. So if you see like a line, and then sometimes it goes up and down the side of some, oh shit, piece of glass. You know you have pressed glass or molded glass. Okay, this stopper, yes, this looks like crystal. I'm looking actually for seams on here. And you see facets or cuts. Don't know if you can see that. I'm going to look closely at the cuts up here. Is this molded or is it blown glass? I'm going to check this as well. Oh yeah, you can see, look at this. See the cuts? This looks like it was possibly wheel cut. Okay, and why I like the bottle so much. So the seller said this is actually rhinestones. If it is rhinestones, I was hoping it's garnets. And I was hoping I was hoping it was garnets. Okay, so far we can deduce from what we looked over. Sorry for all those bells going off. They're YouTube don't mind me. YouTube notifications that always go off. And so far what we can deduce from the clues, we know that this is not pressed glass. It has weight to it. We know this is crystal. We can see these beautiful cuts throughout the piece. What country of origin? That is the question. It's a very, very hard question to answer. Let's look it over. At first, I thought French, unmistakably French. And then these little red stones were a little bit of a telltale. And let's get in there close and check them out. Now, I think the more I look at them, the more I think they could possibly be rhinestones. Now, I was hoping that we would get garnets here. Let's actually take a look at this. I am going to actually take this collar off, and we're going to inspect it thoroughly. Okay, so I'm also looking at the cuts on the bottle. Again, we can see a lot of beautiful cuts through here by hand, and that's a good thing. So let's take a look at the little collar here. And you can see patina. Okay, that's another clue. Do you see the I don't know if you can get it with my camera, but the metal has patina on it. Let me just zoom out slightly, and we'll try to get in here. Yeah, this has a lot of patina on it. I'm going to flip it over and also look for a marking. And yeah, that doesn't happen, boys and girls, in 10 years or 20 years or 30 years or 50 years. This takes at least 100 years for something to get patina like this. Yeah, this is time. This is time etched into this metal. Now, the reason why I was flipping out that this might not arrive is because this is what I think a bohemian, antique bohemian garnet bottle made out of crystal, not pressed glass. Look at the beautiful cuts in this. There's no seams on it. This was all hand cut. Look at the diamond patterns going throughout it. And beautiful. Now, I think these could possibly be real garnets. Now, I could be wrong, but most likely it could be real garnets. Let's look at the bottle. Look at the cut work going throughout the piece with little window panes atop and a starburst pattern on the bottom. And encrusted all throughout the sides of the bottle. Now, the little metal piece came actually unattached, and I tacked it down easy. And so I think this is bohemian. At first, I thought it was French. I thought it could be Baccarat crystal, because they're known for these diamond patterns. We got these beautiful window panes cut into there. We got these stones all set throughout the bottle. And again, most likely could be Swarovski crystals, or it could be real garnets, known as bohemian garnets, by the way. And a lot of bohemian pieces were encrusted in crystals, not always precious gems as well, or encrusted in semi-precious gems and crystals as well. So this is probably a scent bottle, I'm guessing from the 1860s to the 1880s. Could be wrong, no expert. We have the crown on the top. Let's check it out. Look at that. Look at the gorgeousness of this. Try to focus. I'm going to turn it all throughout. We have a center stone that's larger than the others. And what made me come to the conclusion at first, thinking this is probably French and Baccarat crystal, that this is bohemian. Well, let's go ahead and do the research. And by the way, I just love looking at this. Again, look at these gorgeous cuts throughout the glass. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm trying to show you the stopper, but there we go. Look at that. And you can see this was not made hastily or mass produced. Now, the lady just thought it was like actually just a rhinestone bottle. Now, she sold a lot of thrift store junk. And I did notice she had several other antique perfume bottles that she was selling, thinking they were vintage. Sorry, but I couldn't afford all of them. So I picked the best out of the lot, and this was it. So there's a site that sells nothing but exquisite antiques. They sell Fabergé. They sell a lot of Russian antiques. It's called Romanov Russia. And oh my God, if you looked at some of their stuff, you would pass out. Okay, and so here we go. Look what I found. Antique Bohemian Garnet Crystal Jewelry Box. Circa 1860. The hinged lid of this Victorian-era crystal jewelry box is embellished with a large rosette set with rose-cut Bohemian garnets. The rim of the lower body of the box is accented with garnet bands. The box is in pristine condition, and here we go. And yes, so I think what we have here is Bohemian, circa 1860. Now I found another such thing here, Victorian Bohemian Garnet Crystal Trinket Box. And wow, okay, being sold for $1,250. Let's take a look at it. And you can see very much like mine, the same type of settings. Very, very, very similar to my piece. We had the swags going all around it, the hand-cut crystal. Let's take a look at their other photos. And there we go. Now, I'm not a gemologist. I'm not able to test my box to see if this is real garnets. Could be Swarovskis. And actually, Swarovski was around in the 1800s making Bohemian garnets. He tried to simulate Bohemian garnets. You can see a lot of Bohemian garnets, also called Austro-Hungarian. And here we go, 1860 Bohemian garnet bracelet. Some of them are foil. meaning that they're foil backed and they're glass, and they still sell for big bucks. And these are all Bohemian. And they have festoon necklaces with all the garnets going throughout. You'll see that a lot. You'll see brooches. You'll see actual boxes encrusted with this stuff. Look at all these beautiful pieces. Again, Bohemian garnet set in sterling. And I guess Bohemian garnets were not that expensive, even the real ones. So if it's even crystal, here's another one. This is gorgeous, a festoon necklace. So yeah, I think what we have is real Bohemian garnets. Here's more pieces you might find and come across. Antique. And then you'll find bracelets as well, and necklaces, and earrings, and even boxes, and things. Here we go. Gorgeous. Look at that. Okay, rings, and even bottles, I guess. Now, I've looked and searched for a bottle that was just like mine. Cannot find it anywhere. So what I think here we have is Bohemian crystal, possibly made by the Moser Company, Moser, circa 1860s to the 1880s. I got that for $29.99. Now you know I was afraid it wasn't going to arrive because it disappeared somewhere in South Carolina. And I was really terrified because there's no way in hell I'd be able to afford something like this at retail price. So once again, I got lucky. It's not always so true. As you can see, I did a series of videos with me ranting that I win things for really good prices that are very rare and valuable, and the sellers make up lies and excuses of how the item got shipped to the wrong customer instead, or they just refund my money as soon as I win it, and they don't give me the item because they don't like to start anything with reserves, and instead they like to start everything at $9.99, no reserve, to save money of having to pay eBay reserve fees. And then I win the item for pennies on the dollar, and then I end up not getting the item. So when the post office sent this on a hiatus, I got really, really, really nervous, thinking I was never going to get it. So once again, thanks for watching. See you guys all soon, and so long.